What the
Nice.
heck is up, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my goodness, welcome to High Mother Frickin' Tea Thursday.
Let's
We
go!
are missing, let's go! We are missing our good friend Jay Drunk 3PO, but he is on a,
Rest in peace.
yes, rest
Oh.
in peace. Wait, what?
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 I was told he died. Is that not true?
He might be on a very important top secret mission.
Oh,
but,
never mind then. Sorry.
Yes.
He's alive. He's alive, guys.
I mean, eventually we all perish. Eventually we all do.
Oh man, one day, Drunk 3PO will die.
Yes, one day FearTheBeardo will die.
Oh my God!
One day. Speaking of perishing, me and Jay talked about this a few days ago. When you die, do you want to be cremated?
I don't know, because
Let's say you are cremated. Where do you want your ashes to be spread?
not sure. I never thought about that. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, this is what I kind of want to do. I mean, it kind of started off as a joke, but I've said it so many times, I might be serious about it. You know, you can make like gems, right? You can make gems out of your ashes.
Oh,
Like
really?
you
Is
could,
that a
like,
thing?
Yes, you can make gems. So what I want to do is I want to preserve my skull and then take the rest of my body, cremate it, press it down into 2 eyeball-sized gems, stick the gems in the eyeballs of the skull, and then pass it down from generation to generation.
Holy shit! That's amazing.
How badass is that, huh?
And it looks awesome. And like in 1,000 years, some archaeologists will find that, and it's gonna be like really valuable.
Yeah. Oh, they're probably going to think I was like some king or
was
lord of
Fear
the
the
country.
Beardo's
It was
skull.
Lord Fear the Beardo.
What my aunt did with my uncle's ashes, she buried it and planted a tree right beside it, and it's like now that tree is grown up, and it's like that tree is now my uncle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When me and my brother went to Las Vegas for his bachelor party, my grandfather passed away in 2014, and we took his ashes and we spread them in the Bellagio fountain.
Is that a famous fountain?
Yeah, the Bellagio is a famous casino in Las Vegas, and they have like beautiful. Have you seen Ocean's 11?
No, never seen.
No? Fantastic movie. You got to watch it. But anyways,
Okay.
The Bellagio fountain's famous. We just took a little bit of his ashes, not all of them, just a little bit, and did a little sprinkle, just a little light dusting.
That's interesting.
Yeah, my grandfather loved Las Vegas. Anyways, enough about death and cremation. We have Andre with an 8-month recommitment member message. Says, hold on, Dan Vasc has an Asian son too?
Oh, is that because of the thumbnail? I look
it because of the
kind of Asian. Yeah.
I mean, Neanderthal, Asian, I don't know. There's
Yeah.
only so much AI can do. Maybe the AI was a little bit jealous of your long locks, and they had to even it out.
Had to balance a little bit,
Right.
so it's not unfair.
My nemesis, John Morrow, for a $2 says,
shit.
here's hoping Dan Vasc is reading the super chats.
It's like, yeah, good luck with that, because I may do a very much worse job. It's like I can't even speak. Look at me.
Well, John Morrow, at least English is my first language. Dan's first language
Is that
Portuguese.
actual John Morrow's picture?
Oh, yeah, that's John Morrow right there, that son of
He
a
looks
bitch.
very happy.
That son of a bitch. Well, here you go, John Morrow. Dan, go ahead and read this one.
To set the mood, I've had the number of the beast on repeat. Lots of high tea and big pee-pee. The way I like it. Hi, Biro and Dan. That's from Devon. I just learned that her name's pronounced like that. Devon Soria.
Thank you, Devin, for the
$4.99.
$5. You'd love to see it. TB Sassy Pants with the biggest super chat of the day so far for a 20. Says, always my favorite day of the week. High Tea Thursday. Hola, Beardo. Thank you, TB
Nice,
Sassy Pants, for the
nice.
20. I'm the Jaggernaut, bitch, for a $2. Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? I'm the Jaggernaut, bitch.
That's Jay with the Juggernaut helmet.
It is. Thank you for the $2. Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch for a 6 months recommitment. The best day of the week. Lock it in. You're damn right. And thank you for the 220 people that we have watching right now.
Nice.
That is freaking awesome, especially since this show is usually on Jay's channel. Thank you guys for showing up and hanging out on the first high tea on the Fear the Beardo channel. Celluloid Dream for a 199. Let's go, Dan. We got this. For a 199 says,
let's go.
Woo!
Thank you, Celluloid Dream.
That felt
I needed
good.
that. I needed that.
The Singing Tigs for a $5. Dan, some artists to check out. Dimash, I'm not going to pronounce that right. Dimash Kutabergen from Kazakhstan, 8-octave range from low baritone to a D8 off the piano. I would suggest Stranger.
8 octaves? You're pulling my leg.
Is that...
That's insane. My range is like 4 octaves. About 4 octaves.
This dude must be legendary.
Legendary.
Dan will check him out. We'll check him out.
Sure.
Dan, how, in high tea fashion, we like to make fun of fat people. How do you feel about fatties?
Oh, dude, I'm all for body negativity all the way. I'm a huge proponent of body negativity. Fat shaming saves lives.
Fat shaming does work. Fat shaming does work.
It saves lives.
Another person who believes in fat shaming is our friend right here. It's our friend right here. I found this Clown World posted this. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this lovely young lady.
And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Fuck being fat. Fuck being fat. Shit sucks, okay? Been there, done that. Once again, don't give a shit what you look like. Really couldn't fucking care less. Me, I'm done with it. No one wants to fucking hear it, but life is easier when you're skinny. Life is literally fucking easier. Except if you're part of the, 2% who's drop dead gorgeous and fat at the same time. Totally fine. Maybe life wouldn't be easier for you if you're skinny. But for me, I promise life is easier. Why the fuck do you think I'm out here walking every day because I enjoy it? This shit's boring as hell. And you know what? People want to bitch and complain. Life shouldn't be easier just because you're skinny. It shouldn't be, but it is. It is. It literally fucking is, okay? Anyway, get your steps in today.
And it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Like life.
And it's not that it's easier. It's normal.
It's normal, but I think what she means by it being easier is
I know, yeah.
the level of confidence that you carry yourself in when you are in shape and you are skinnier. You know what I'm saying?
But
like when you're fit, like I remember out of high school, like I went through like a small little depression and then I started hitting the gym hard, bodybuilding and everything. And then you stand up straighter. You walk with more confidence. You speak with more confidence. You're able to go up to that cute girl in the gym and say,
Yep.
how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because when you work out and you're basically doing something you don't want to do that doesn't feel good to do. Actually, you get used to it and it starts feeling good. But at first, you don't want to do it. It doesn't feel good doing it. And you got to especially if you train to failure, you got to push through the pain. You got to push through the discomfort, but that not only works out your muscles, but works out your spirit. It works out your soul. You're training the brain muscle that says, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So that translates when you see that cute girl and you want to ask her out, you say, fuck, I'm going to do it. When you see that job opportunity that is a little bit on the dangerous side but has a high reward rate, you say, fuck, I'm going to do it. So I'm pretty sure it was not easy for you to move across the country to Orlando from your folks, from being near your family, near your childhood friends or whatever.
Right.
It's like there are dangerous steps that we need to take in life that people who work out understand very well. That mentality of fuck, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's just muscle building is just one of the benefits of bodybuilding.
I love that you said going till failure because watching Pumping Iron, when I started bodybuilding and watching, dude, because Pumping Iron used to be on Netflix here in America. I'm not sure if it still is in other countries. But I used to fall asleep to Pumping Iron to the point where like I used to be able to recite it. Like I probably watched Pumping Iron well over 300 times. And Serge Nubret was a big time bodybuilder back then in the 60s and 70s. His method was go till failure, go to failure. And even Arnold in Pumping Iron, He says, you must go to the pain barrier. You must go to the pain barrier. When you can't do it any longer, that's when you do the 3 to 4 to 5 extra repetitions. And that is when the muscle then grows. And it's so true. Like,
That's how you learned your impression. Like you brainwashed yourself.
oh, absolutely. But hey, I have a halfway decent Arnold impression.
It's awesome.
The best feeling in the gym, the most satisfying feeling in the gym is the pump when the blood rushes through your muscles and your skin is very tight.
Coming out the time.
And it feels like your muscles are going to explode. To me, the pump in the gym, it's the same to having sex with a woman and coming. So can you believe it? I'm coming day and night. I'm in heaven. I'm coming in the gym. I'm coming at home. I'm coming backstage when I work up. So I'm coming day and night. So I am in heaven.
Those are the actual lines. Wow,
Yes.
you actually did it.
But dude, like it's so true because when it's the mind over muscle. It's the mind over muscle. The endless, ageless, long saying, mind over muscle. And when you train yourself, when your brain is saying, I can't do this, it's hurting, I need to stop, and then you just say, fuck you, and do 5 more. And that does translate to the confidence in your daily life, whether it's your job or sticking up for yourself in certain situations. And then also approaching that female that you've had a crush on for so long, but you don't have the confidence to say it. But now you've trained yourself in the gym. You have that mental discipline, and now you have that built-in confidence, going along with the physical confidence, because now you're muscular, you're standing up straighter, and it all translates into just benefiting your daily life, man.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's such a private glory. It's such a private victory, training to failure. Because I don't know if you're not
doing something difficult and overcoming that difficult obstacle that you put yourself in front of, and then you prove to yourself.
Only you know if you did it.
Right.
Like you can fake it, and if you train in a commercial gym, that there are not a lot of bodybuilders around. Maybe there's some old ladies here, some young guy just beginning to train over there. It's a family gym. You will not go like overboard with your physical reactions. You need to contain yourself a little bit. So it's a private glory. Only you know if you did it or not. Because even if you were in a bodybuilding gym full of bodybuilders and they're all screaming, you can fake that. So even if you were going all out in your physical reactions to your effort, you can fake that. So it's a victory between you and you. So it's pretty cool. It really builds up character, in my opinion.
I agree. Well said.
Yeah.
Well, going from body positivity as far as being in shape and fat shaming, we have this gem right here. This lady, I'm not sure if you've seen this video before. It's been around. It's been around the internet. But let's go ahead and take a look at this clown right here.
It's caught on camera being a pervert. And when I stand up for myself, he threatens to call the police and revoke my membership.
So that dude, she doesn't realize it.
Uh-huh.
He works for the gym. He's a trainer. Do you need something?
Do you need something? Do you need something? Do you need something?
What's up, guys? It's your man,
Shit.
Pete.
I didn't know it was going to have...
He gave like half a second look.
So anyways, the funny...
Anyone with $10,000 or more...
Fucking advertisement. The funny story about that is she got her gym membership revoked for that. Because here's the thing, man. Like you've seen hundreds of videos similar to that where these women who are wearing sports bras, skimpy clothing that probably doesn't belong in the gym. Like it, like
debating reactions, just like this one, so they can post it.
Yep.
And then get like,
exactly.
Go queen.
Yep. It's with the purpose of trying to catch somebody, a male, checking her out so she can post it and then say that this disgusting pervert was checking me out. Women aren't safe at the gym, but it's like, you know damn well she's recording it with the intention of trying to bait someone for it.
Yeah, it's baiting victimization. Where's that? What is the name of that guy? There's a guy on Instagram.
Joey Swole.
I think that's him with a backwards cap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. He's always calling those people out.
Yeah, his Instagram is solely dedicated. I recommend everybody to follow him because it's solely dedicated to call out that bullshit in the gym. And mostly it's people filming themselves, sometimes men too. There's that one pussy trap. Yeah. There's
What's
a
up,
recent
Carolyn?
one that he posted. Hey, Kara. That it's a guy filming himself in the near the weights rack. And somebody walks in front of the camera.
And he threatens
First
to
of
hit
all,
him.
you don't, and the guy gets mad. First of all, you don't work out in front of the weights rack, in front of the dumbbell rack.
You grab your dumbbells and then you take a step back. You go to your bench and then do your thing.
Yeah, the guy was working out in front of the dumbbell rack, and obviously somebody at some point someone is gonna need the dumbbells, and they walk in front of him. The guy super mad, puts his hands on the guy and pushes him, and and all of those guys get banned from their gyms, and deservedly so, because that's baiting. That's outrage baiting, just like those women. But the women is like, fuck's sake, what do you expect? Look how you're dressed as. And obviously, people are gonna give us a second look, men and women, because women are gonna be like, "Oh, damn! Look how she's dressed."
Well, dude, and that's the thing, man. Like nowadays, and I think it's been this way for a long time since the pumping iron days, when bodybuilding became more mainstream and being fit and going to the gym became more mainstream. Like, people, not just dudes but women too, go to the gym to maybe find a potential mate, to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend, to eventually become their husband or wife. Like, that is a real thing. And it's like, dude, like, I'm sorry, if you're a single straight dude and you see a smoking hot chick in the gym, you're gonna fucking check her out, man. It's human nature.
Yeah. Oh man, have you ever approached a girl in the gym?
I have.
Like, full on asking her out?
No.
Or just like,
no.
Yeah.
Just making small talk, and if they bit, then potentially, maybe ask them out. But
yeah, you escalate slowly.
Right. But dude, there's a lot of times, like, people just want to be there and do their own thing. Like, I've seen videos.
You got to read the room. You got to be able to read the room and be able to tell if that girl is approachable or not. And some guys just go full out asking for her number right away, and obviously it's gonna you're gonna be the gym creepo from that day forward.
That's not the way to do it. You make small talk. You say, hey, I've seen you here. I've seen you here, for a few months. I've seen your gains. You're doing a good job. And then if the conversation keeps going, then that's when you kind of get the hint. Okay, maybe ask her out to a gym date, or ask her if you want to go to Chipotle after the gym to get that high protein after workout meal in, something like that. But you gotta be prepared for people being rude to you, even if you're doing things all right, if you're doing things in a socially acceptable way. Sometimes there's crazy people out there, and I remember, I think it was 2019, right before the COOF, and I was like, there's this hot girl in the gym that used to work out in the same time as me, like after lunch. And I started making small talk with her, like you described, saying hi and saying good afternoon. Sometimes making small talk, like I don't know, gym talk. Oh, the machine's gym talk,
new.
right?
Yeah, the machine's kind of weird. Gym small talk.
Or you go up to them and you say something. You say, hey, how many sets do you have left? And if they say, oh, I'm gonna be here a while, I got 3 more sets. Then you say, oh, do you mind if I work in with you?
Yeah, sharing a machine, that sort of small talk. I was doing that, and I did that for a few days with that particular girl. One day, some guy shows up in the gym. The guy was like this tall when I'm standing. He seemed like he
was a little guy.
A Oompa Loompa.
He was a
And
little guy, yeah.
He wore those round glasses that make your eyes really tiny. The guy looked like a Toy Story character, like a small toy who came to life. And then the guy was sort of working out next to me and stuff. And then when that girl walked past me, I said good afternoon to her, like I always said, and she responded to me, good afternoon. And the guy approached me and said, hey, she has a boyfriend, you know. I'm like, what? Yeah, cool. And it's like the guy started talking shit to me. Hey, I'm gonna cut your hair and stuff. And he started talking shit to me all of a sudden. And
he had that male feminist complex.
Yeah, but the guy turned out to actually be her boyfriend. But I was like, the cute girl was dating an Oompa Loompa? The cute girl was dating a Oompa Loompa, yeah. And dude, it was a 9 out of 10 girl. She was insane. But you need to be prepared that for the fact that there are crazy people around, and that's where the fuck I'll do it muscle starts to really count for something, because after that I could as well say, oh man, I'm never approaching any girl in the gym again, because it feels bad, you know. You feel like a pervert because hey, this guy's talking shit to me, but I was doing nothing wrong. You need to be rational and say, hey, I was just being a cool guy. I never asked her out, never asked for her number. I was never sleazy to her.
Just making small talk, see if she bites, see if she's interested.
That beta Oompa Loompa weirdo thought I was a threat. This is actually a good thing, because if I am capable of making a guy who dates a 9 out of 10
a little insecure. He made him
a little insecure.
Yeah.
It actually says something about me. And turns out the guy is crazy. But so I could very well say, oh, I'm never approaching a girl in the gym again. But no, you need to not let those things go to your head and say, hey, it was not my fault. The guy's crazy. Just keep doing my thing. And I kept approaching girls at the gym, and I went out with a couple of them. And if I decided to not approach any girl anymore in the gym, that would have deprived me of very cool experiences with other girls, and because of that crazy guy. So that fuck I'll do it attitude is really important to develop and cultivate.
Actually, so there was a few times. So it never actually happened at the gym. But I used to work at a vitamin shop. It's just like it's like a do you have vitamin shops in Brazil?
Yeah, supplement stores.
Right.
That sort of stuff.
But this store was actually, the name of the store was called Vitamin Shop. I worked there for 3 years, and then that's where and it was maybe like 2 miles away from the gym that I went to, and I would see people from the gym go there to buy their supplements, their protein powders and stuff like that, their vitamins. And then there would be a few times where women would walk in and say, "Hey, I seen you at the gym," and there was two occasions, but one actually did work out for a little bit. Was this older lady? When I say older lady, she was probably like 41,
right?
But smoking
Cougar.
hot, MILF, yeah. And
MILF.
she straight up asked for my number at Vitamin Shop. She goes, I always kind of wanted to go up to you and talk to you at the gym, but you always just seemed really locked in and a little intimidating, which, I mean, I get it.
Wow.
Whatever. But she saw me at Vitamin Shop, and this is when we actually started talking, and then she full-blown just, like, gave me her number right there. She goes, here, I'm just going to... She's like, she looked at me, she goes, man, I just always kind of just wanted to tell you that, like, I just think you're, like, really handsome, and just gave me her number. I gave her receipt. She took the pen, wrote her number down, and gave me her receipt back.
That's awesome.
But I mean,
man.
and for every case where, going back to the video, for every case where there's a woman recording trying to pussy trap or bait a dude into it, I've seen videos of chicks in the gym recording it, trying to hit on a guy and ask a guy, and it's always hilarious when the dude's like, yeah, I'm just trying to work out, and just turns her down.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
But it's very cool that you told this story, because maybe there's some guys at home having that same conflict. Hey, should I should I say hi to a girl in the gym? Should I not? And it's just like, hey, man, sometimes they are expecting you to do it, but it's up to you to follow the dance, to follow the social acceptable. It's really like a dance, right? There's a number of steps that you need to follow to not be a cripple and to just be socially acceptable in that moment. But that doesn't mean you need to cower and not say anything to a girl you find interesting, a girl you find cute. Just go and do it. Say hi. Ask to share a machine or something.
And you
like
never
that.
know. Yeah, you make the small talk, and maybe if they are interested in you, because women don't really. They don't make the first move anymore. They're not, or they don't even just drop the simple hint. Which in nowadays, in not just gym culture, but I think in just this modern kind of 21st century culture that we've developed in the past several years with the whole Me Too movement, dudes are just way too scared to just make a move. And I think in the gym, it's especially that fear is heightened in the gym, to where I'd say to the women watching, but to all women in the gym, if you are interested in a dude and wish for a dude in the gym to ask you out, you got to kind of be self-aware about the nature of our climate in this dating pool right now. That maybe if you're a woman and you want the dude to ask you out, maybe go up to him. Go up to him, because
make small talk to him, you bait him. Like, give really obvious bait because men like that too. Men enjoy...
Absolutely.
Men enjoy thinking they made the first move when actually it was the girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So oftentimes the girl will bait the guy to make the first move, but actually it's her doing the first move. Right. So it's up to the guys to recognize that.
We need more of that. I think in today's culture with the whole Me Too movement, I think women need to start making the first move in the gym more often. Because more often than not, if a dude is going to try to ask a girl out, there is a higher rate of rejection. But if a chick is trying to ask a dude out, I think that there is less a % chance of rejection.
Oh yeah, because the woman has a an evolutionary role in dating that is the selector. So when the selector is selecting you, you just go with it. So it's less of a guy's nature to say no to a woman.
I agree.
Yeah. But the first move, that's something both the guys and the girls need to understand. The first move of a girl will be different from the first move of the guy. Because the first move of a girl, as I said before, it will be something in the veins of baiting the guy to do something. Sometimes the girl has like, let's say you're doing cardio on a, how's it called in English? The
treadmill?
The treadmill. Let's say you're doing cardio on a treadmill. There are 4 other treadmills to your right. And then
she picks the one right next to you.
She picks the one right next to you. That is the girl doing the first move. It doesn't look like it. But she's baiting you to do the first move.
To ask her out.
Yeah.
Ask her out.
Or not necessarily to ask her out, but to just simply
make small talk.
Start the process.
Yes.
Start the process. So you got to pick up on those little details, because
the little subtle cues.
Yeah, because if there's 4 treadmills to next to you and 3 others to your left, it's like she picked the one next to you very consciously of that. Because women are very usually reserved in the gym. They will not do that unconsciously. Most of the time, it can happen, but that's pretty much it has a high chance to be a green sign for you to start something there.
Well said. Well said. Look at Lod. We have Lod in here dropping 5 FearTheBeardo memberships.
Hell yeah.
I think that deserves a high tea boob show. Thank you, Lod, for the 5 gifted. Let's catch up on some super chats here. Where did we last leave off? Here we go. Girish Pradhan, Indian heavy metal singer, lots of rasp and high notes. I try his cover of Dream On, band Blacktop Mojo, Southern Rock, heavy metal. Thank you, The Singing Tigs, for another $5. The Singing Tigs for a 10. Dan, in your videos, do you sing to the mic and then record in your studio? Just wonder, because often, not always, it looks like you're actually singing, i.e. right mouth shape and tongue placement. So I guess your lip syncing is very believable.
Yeah, both statements are correct. I do record previously in my studio inside my house, and then because I wouldn't be able to record the audio of in those videos, because though the video studio is in my garage and the echo and the noise from the street is insane. However, that doesn't stop me to repeat the performance I did in the studio. So that, I think, brings the rawness back to the music video, because I see a lot of musicians do music videos like where in the audience, in the audio, the guy's screaming his soul out and singing his heart out, but in the video the guy's like. So we've all seen music videos like that where the video doesn't go together with the audio. But in my videos, I try to repeat and just redo what I did in the studio, so the two things marry themselves, get together really well.
Lower Lip Slicker for a $5. Dan, have you ever thought of doing a cover from the band Queensryche? Queensryche. I'm a fucking idiot. Queensryche. I guess English is my second language too. Queensryche, one of my faves.
English is my second language, and English is my second language, and I only speak English. But people have been recommending this one for years. I confess I gotta do my homework on that. But yeah, this is one of the most requested bands. Gotta do it.
Let's see. The Ghost of Rod Serling for a $5. Joe Weider's philosophies still stand true today.
Is it Joe Weider or Joe Wader?
Joe Weider.
Joe Weider. Okay,
Joe Weider.
I always said Joe Wader. Joe Weider.
Joe Weider. Funny you mentioned Joe Weider. Let's read a few more super chats, and then we'll talk a little bit about Joe Weider. Terry Hupfell. Terry Hupfell for a $10. What program would you suggest to start with if you don't want to join a gym? What program?
If you don't want to join a gym, well,
there's a lot of good ones, like at home workouts.
Yeah, I know you have a philosophy that I actually really respect, that you never pay for stuff.
Never.
In regards to bodybuilding and working out and fitness programs.
Yeah, I would suggest, Terry, and to anyone listening who, has the same question, don't pay for a workout program. Do not pay for a meal prep program. For nutrition, don't pay for a nutrition program. There are so many great and valuable YouTube channels that put the videos out there for free. And not only are, you're not just reading it and trying to do it yourself. They are showing you the workouts. They're showing you the proper technique, the proper form, and they are walking you through it. And it's all for free, man. It's all for free. Same thing with meal prep. There are plenty of fitness, high nutrition meal prep YouTube channels out there that are telling you everything for free. So never pay for it. You can always find a YouTube video for it. That's my philosophy on that.
Do you know Renaissance periodization? Dr. Mike Rattel.
I don't know if I've ever heard of him.
It's my latest YouTube binging for fitness stuff. That the guy's really great, but I'm not sure if he has stuff for body weight workouts. Because if you don't want to join a gym, you're gonna start with body weight. Maybe you're gonna buy a couple of dumbbells later.
I think the easy way for at home is bands workouts.
Bands. That's
bands. Like,
Yeah.
so you have your resistance bands. Those are easy to mimic weightlifting because it's all resistance work. That's a good place to start. And, just you develop that, your discipline at home, doing band work, doing your push-ups, your sit-ups, and working out with bands, stretching. You can do Pilates, yoga, whatever that you want to do at home. But I would suggest that there is nothing like working out at a gym. There is nothing like working out at a gym. You will not mimic a workout at home that will replicate the workout you get at a gym.
And it's the easiest way to just start, because if you want to build a home gym, there's a bunch of stuff that you need to take into consideration. Space, what kind of goal do you have, because you won't be able to have like a bodybuilder's body with just a couple dumbbells, right?
Right.
So you need to get your expectations in check. And it's just easier. It's just convenient to just join a gym. And you gotta ask yourself, why is it that you don't want to join a gym? If it is because you don't want to drive to a gym, you don't want to go through the hassle of walking to a gym, just try to find a gym that's closer to you. Maybe it's a little simpler gym that has a little bit less equipment, but it will be
even
closer.
if it's a rec center, even if you live close to a rec center, every rec center has a small gym in it. And if it's gym intimidation, fuck that. Fuck gym intimidation, because guess what? Every single person at one point that's working out in your gym went through gym intimidation, and they will all tell you that it's fucking stupid, because everyone there
no one cares, man.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You might run into a few fucking assholes who might try to or want to make fun of you or whatever, be negative, want to be negative, but it's almost negative. It's few and far between.
And it's usually people who are not serious themselves in the gym. It's usually people who are going and stopping all the time. They're
fucking around. They're shooting the shit with their buddies. They're on their phone, and they might show up for 20 minutes, get a quick pump, and then leave. They're not actually training.
You know what I think when I see like an obese, huge motherfucker walking into the gym,
good for you.
I look at him. Fucking badass.
Badass right there.
Fucking badass. That's amazing. And I almost want to go to him and hug him. Say, oh yeah, dude. I won't do that. But it's awesome to see, man.
And that's why it goes a long way. Like, if you are fit and you are in the gym and you do see somebody who's overweight in the gym, man, you don't know how far it's going to go for them to go up to them and say, hey, you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Because then they're going to start, they might go just one more day a week to the gym just because you said that.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, gym bros are the nicest dudes you will ever meet. Everybody's cool, man. It's a super interesting phenomenon. When I post gym-related stuff on Twitter, and I get responses from people who I know understand, because you will get some teasing from people who are not fit themselves, and they're just envious, and they trying to feel better for the fact that you have a better body than them, and they're doing nothing about it. They might tease you a little bit. It's okay. Let's give them that. They gotta have something in their miserable lives. But the dudes that are in the community, for lack of a better word, they're the nicest people you will ever meet, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're supportive, and we're always challenging each other in a positive way, and cheering for one another. It's just awesome. It's an awesome fellowship.
Yep. And also another thing with gym intimidation, I think a lot of people, when they start, they don't want to seem like or look like the weakling in the gym lifting lighter weight, so they try to go way too heavy, and then your form suffers. Your technique suffers. Don't ever fucking feel insecure about lifting lighter weight. Actually, my philosophy in the gym is lifting moderate to slightly heavy weight, but go for high reps and go till failure, because that is what's going to make the muscle grow more than doing super stupid fucking heavy weight and only getting 3 to 5 reps in. Like, that's hardly
Yeah.
going to do anything for you. When you do
Especially at
moderate
the
weight,
start.
especially at the start.
Dude,
especially at the start.
beginner gains are insane. The guy who
Yep.
never worked out in his
Noob
life and
gains.
go to the gym.
Noob gains are
The
awesome.
first 3 months, the guy will see huge improvement.
Yep.
Huge improvement.
Much bigger benefit doing lighter weight and doing 15 to 20 reps. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to see much more gains quicker than doing heavyweight,
Yeah.
shitty form, and you're getting 3 reps.
yeah.
I do not believe in maxing out unless you really are trying to test yourself and see where your strength is at. Maybe max out, but dude, maxing out, I would only max out maybe like once every 6 months, maybe once a year. Like, to me, there's no point in maxing out.
That's for powerlifters.
It's for powerlifters. If you're going to
Yeah.
compete in powerlifting, there's no point on slapping on an astronomical amount of weight and hitting it once or twice. To
Yeah,
me, it's
no,
dumb
no.
because you're just going to injure. You're just going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, the hypertrophy range is from 5 repetitions forward. If you do less than 5 repetitions, you have a significantly smaller propension to hypertrophy. So there's no point.
Good question. Good question,
Yeah.
Terry. Here we go. Donna Hall for a $5. I work long hours in nursing and go to school. If I can find time to work out, anyone can.
Nice.
You're damn right. You're damn
Hell
right.
yeah.
Steiner Math for a $5 says, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for 2 hours of high adrenaline and masculinity. Are you ready? It's high fucking tea Thursday, baby. Thank you,
Hell yeah.
Steiner Math, for getting us hyped up. Jose Taco for a $1.99. Dan, steal his girlfriend. I did, and I married her.
Holy shit.
Operation Mr. Steal Your Girl, huh?
I stole a girlfriend once in my life. It was my first girlfriend, actually. It was a stolen
snatched her
girlfriend.
up.
Sometimes there are exceptions, like who sent the super chat?
Jose Taco.
Okay, Jose. Good for you that you're the exception, man. Absolutely happy for you. But most of the time, when you steal a girlfriend, somebody else will steal her from you. Not because of some karma bullshit or something like that, but maybe. I don't know. There's stuff in the universe that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
But if that girl allowed you to steal her, when she's with you, she'd probably be very propense to allow another man to steal her from you.
It's just in her nature type of thing. But
Yeah,
you never know.
exactly.
You never know.
There are exceptions.
There are exceptions. There can be exceptions. Orange Agonton for a $1.99. Jay's not here to refute his saggy monkey TDs. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's not talk behind Jay's back. But thank you for the $1.99 Orange Agonton. Wicked Virtue! Wicked Virtue with the $3 super sticker. What's up, Wicked? How
What's
you
up,
doing?
Amanda?
How you doing? Katie for a 20 says, Dan, buy yourself a power drink.
Power drink? What's that? An energy drink?
A power drink? Maybe. I'm drinking one right now. I'm drinking a Ghost Energy pre-workout. I love these things.
Cool. My pre-workout is just caffeine.
Just caffeine.
Yeah. Sometimes I even use pure caffeine in pills
Okay.
when I'm in a hurry or stuff.
My
like that.
my pre-workout that I'm using right now is Total War from Redcon 1, and then I put an extra scoop of L-citrulline in there for the pump, for the blood flow. That's just real
Nice.
good. Steiner Math for another 5. Nowadays, women will record a guy asking her out and then post the video of her rejecting him or call him a creep for clout. Guys, being careful now. Yep, absolutely.
yeah.
And that's kind of what we just talked about.
We were talking about approaching women in the gym. If there's any camera on site, well, except security cameras on the gym, but if there's someone filming her working out, you need to watch out for that, because there's that sort of bait. Unfortunately, 2024 is a thing. So everything that we talked about being courageous and going to girls, that all falls down before
If they have a camera. Yep,
yeah,
if they have a camera.
don't do it. Don't.
I think
don't be
recording
one of
in
those
the
guys.
recording in the gym should be banned. If it's a public gym.
Very specific situations, like, and if you're gonna do it, ask someone that works in the gym to film it for you. If you want to check your technique or something like that, you're doing, say, I don't know, say an online challenge, online fitness challenge of some sort. ask the guy who works there to film it for you, because then it's a way to gatekeep filming.
And also, like, if it's a public gym, I think it should be banned to an extent. If it's a private gym, I guess do whatever you want. But sometimes in private gyms, you're not allowed to film in there, like, because it's a private gym. In public gyms, they don't really have those rules. But I think, man, gym etiquette. Have gym etiquette.
Yeah.
Realize that you're in a public gym and everybody pays their monthly price, or maybe they paid for the year, but everybody paid to be there just like you did. You don't own the gym. So if you are filming, if you're a content creator, like, have gym etiquette, bro. Realize, have the self-realization that people are going to walk in front of your video.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is. That's
Absolutely.
just how it is.
And how about selfies at the gym? Selfies. I think it doesn't hurt anyone, but
selfies at the gym.
High T or low T?
Selfies at the gym is low T, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I agree.
You're looking for some type of validation from people, showing people that you're at the gym. The only person that you need to prove that you are committed and dedicated to hitting the gym is yourself. Maybe your family members, but like, to post it to social media that, hey, look, I'm at the gym again. Hey, look, I'm at the gym again. 2 days in a row, I'm at the gym. Like, most of the time on social media, people don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's like those selfies at the mirror, like showing your full body and you're posing, doing something like that. For guys, that's gay. That's gay. I understand women doing it for fun, but even for guys, I would say there are a few exceptions. Like most stuff that we're talking here, nothing is set on stone, right? I think if you wanna set something like an accountability group, for example, like something like what Az does in his Instagram. Every time I check Az's Instagram, he has like it's not a mirror selfie. Like he's just showing
him
his
sweating. He's
sweaty, ugly face. It's not even showing his body.
But is it every day? Does he do it every day? Like every single time?
I think every time he goes to the gym, he shows himself like he's sweaty, ugly. No, his skull is pretty awesome. He has a nice shaped skull.
It's case to case. It's case to case, I think, sometimes.
He wants to set like an accountability thing for himself, that to make sure that he keeps going there.
Right.
And to make people go like, hey, I didn't see a selfie of you in the gym today. Did you skip the gym today? It's that's sort of the goal. And when I see that sweaty motherfucker looking at me, and I am planning perhaps to skip the gym that day,
it makes you, yes, it holds you accountable too.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed. It's like he's judging me, looking at me like that. So, but yeah, most of the time, gym selfies at the mirror for guys, low T.
I get it, James. Yes, says Beardo, for Az, it's about accountability, and I agree. For like the people who are on a journey, who are overweight, and they're taking that next step of vulnerability, because when he posts that, he's being vulnerable too. So I think it is case to case for taking the gym selfies. Yeah. But like,
what I used to do a lot is take pictures of the gym equipment, and I try to take some cool pictures, like showing the bar in an angle. I try to do some artistic stuff with it, because I find it cool. I find it amusing.
But if like you're ripped and you're jacked and you're taking a mirror selfie in the locker room and then posting it, that's a little gay.
It's gay.
That's a little gay. Maybe for yourself. Keep it for yourself. If you want to take pictures, keep it for yourself.
But progress pictures are different. You can tell when you can tell when it's a progress picture, because you like.
But you don't post it.
It won't be artistic. It will not be artistic. It will be something that shows you objectively, shows your progress or lack thereof objectively. It's not meant to look cool.
And
Maybe
don't do it every day. Like if you're taking progress pictures, you take one, and then 6 months later you take one, and then you put the two pictures together on a post and say, "Here's my 6 months progress."
That can be inspiring.
That's okay. That'll be inspiring to people. But posting a gym picture every single fucking day just to show how fucking ripped you are, that's fucking gay. Andre CR for a 2,500 says, let's have John Morrow to you on how to pick up women at the gym. I don't think John Morrow's hitting the fucking gym. He's a fucking
A gym
scam
for what?
artist.
He needs to buy one of the. Can he move his mouth? Can he speak?
No, he can't speak.
Okay, so not even that. I was
can't
gonna say
speak.
though. Do you know those jaw things?
I have one.
That I have one too, dude.
have
It
one.
works.
It does work.
Fucking works.
It does
like
work.
the muscles
yeah.
on your face get ripped
And like underneath,
and
underneath.
jacked.
Yes. It does work. It does work. Star Wars Dog for a $5. Great conversation, gentlemen. Been forced to take a week off from Helldivers. Hope to dive soon. How you doing, Star Wars Dog? Yes, we need to play some Helldivers soon, man. We need to play some Helldivers soon. Goji the King for a 9-month recommitment. I can't lift weights due to injuries, so I do yoga. Specifically, I use Diamond Dallas Page DDPY. I love it. Gives a great workout without risk of injury. Hey,
That's cool. There's always a way.
If that's what you got to do, yeah, there's always a way. There's no
Yeah.
excuses. Elfie for, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Elfie for $20. Hello, guys. I have a late shift and little time. Just wanted to say that you're great, and Dan, your music makes my days better. Thank you. Looking forward to everything that's to come. Greetings from Germany. Thank you, Elfie, for being here. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before, but thank you. Thank you for dropping by and dropping a 20. James Bursey for a 5. Dan, what did you do in the Army? Any counter-national work?
It was basic training that every soldier has to do. I was just a soldier. Did nothing too fancy. We did one more serious mission on Rio in a favela, but it's like I don't even consider myself a veteran. I was just a low-level soldier doing just soldier stuff, guarding duty. Some office work at the end of it when the 6-month basic training was done. Don't even consider myself a veteran, but it was a really, really cool experience that I'm really proud of.
Hell yeah. And real quick, we got some gifted subs. Or Shoya gifted a membership. Lean Back, Have a Snack gifted a membership. And Fresh Pony gifted a membership. You guys know what that means. Thank you for the gifted memberships. You love to see it. Sophia Vergara, the lovely Sophia Vergara.
Damn.
Game on! Game on sports news and picks. My buddy Will for an 8 months recommitment. Says, thought those biceps were all natural like the beard. They are. They are. Thank you, Will, for the 8 months recommitment.
What are your thoughts on steroids?
I don't see any problem with taking testosterone. Especially if like you
TRT?
are TRT. Yeah. Okay. TRT, I think, is fine. If you are in like your mid to late 30s, especially if you're in your 40s, gentlemen, get your hormone levels checked, get your testosterone levels checked at your doctor. Most of the time, they're probably going to tell you that they're just fine. I don't trust doctors like that. Like, if you have to, do it on your own, because there's a point in your early to mid 30s, usually about when you're 32, it starts where your testosterone levels start flatlining, and then they get just about even with your estrogen levels, because both men and women have testosterone and estrogen. Men obviously have higher levels of testosterone than estrogen, and women obviously have higher levels of estrogen than testosterone. But for men, it starts to flatline when you hit 32, 30. That's when it starts to, you're not peaking anymore. You're starting to, go like this. So TRT, I do believe in TRT, because here's the thing. When you're an old man, I'm not saying 40 is old, but when you start to get there, you're a married man. Don't you want to, when you're in your 50s and 60s, don't you want to fuck your wife all the time? Yeah. So that's why when you're in the gym, sometimes you see the jacked 60-year-old, you see the 70-year-old that's just fucking ripped. Most of the time, they're probably on TRT.
Yeah, and TRT is like, it keeps your testosterone levels in the range of normality. Let's say, I don't think those are the numbers. I'm just saying some arbitrary stuff here. Let's say the regular levels are from 300 to 800. So if you have if you are on the low side, starting to get below 300, TRT will get you to like 500, 600, 700. You will not go over the upper limit of normality. So that's what TRT does.
Right.
But
It gets you back to the levels of when you were like 25.
Yeah. So
Your natural levels.
Yeah, I don't think it's either considered an anabolic steroid.
No,
it's
testosterone is
replacement therapy, TRT. So replacement. It's about bringing you back to the levels of normality.
Right.
However, having that said, I'm a little bit more conservative in my way of thinking on TRT. I'm planning on pushing it back as much as I can until it starts bothering me. Hey, I don't feel like having sex with my girls anymore.
You wake up in the morning, you're lethargic, you don't really want to do anything, you want to just go back to sleep.
Not seeing gains anymore, not seeing gains in strength, not seeing gains in muscle size, can't diet, can't get
everyone's
shredded.
different, man. Everyone's different. Everyone's got different genetics. So maybe you got high testosterone levels until you're 42, 43 years old, but there will eventually come a time, every man will, there will eventually come a time where your natural testosterone levels start flatlining, and I do believe in TRT.
Yeah,
some point.
I don't think it's something that I would despise completely, that I would eliminate completely out of the realm of my possibilities, but I want to postpone it as much as possible.
Yeah.
As much as possible.
Well, especially here in America. It's probably different here because all of our foods are just, dude.
Oh, dude.
You know
what makes it worse?
spiked with hormones and hormone killers, and the fact that, like, our officials and our, they try to put fucking soy and chemicals and everything, dude. Soy is a fucking testosterone killer.
Because soy is cheap. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a very cheap source of macros. But it's like it will turn your ass into an estrogen factory.
You'll start getting man tits. Not good. Not good.
Dude, but you know what makes that testosterone decline worse? Body fat. So if you're in low levels of body fat throughout most of your life, I think you can get away with pushing back TRT to even your 50s.
Yeah.
In my opinion, we're not doctors.
We're not doctors, except for when I'm live on this show that I am a doctor. Project Egg Roll. Philip Chan, my boy, for a $5 says, I want Beardo to spot me from the front and Dan from the back.
Hey,
don't threaten me with a good time. Orange and Gonton for a $5. I found myself kind of liking Fallout, and then they incinerated a puppy, and I remembered I have rage issues. Lucy is hot, and Walton is great, though. There was one scene where they were breeding dogs, and if they were underweight, they would. But hey,
I don't think I even got to that.
Yeah, that show, it's either in episode 2 or 3. But that show does not hold back, man. Fallout is very vulgar, violent, and gory. Lots of intense violence. Just like the games, I guess. Dougie B with the 149 super sticker. Shout out Dougie B. Thank you for being here, you freaking mad lad. John Marl for $2 says, it's okay, Beardo. I'll steal her from you. Who the fuck are you gonna steal? Who the fuck are you gonna steal, man? I got nobody that you can't steal.
90?
Right. John Morrow for a $2 says, when I go to the gym, I just sit there and pull 10s. I'm sure you are, you fucking liar. Fucking cheapskate, John Morrow. Clever Girl for a $5. Dan, do you ever get compliments from neighbors when you record the videos, or are all your neighbors pretty cool?
No, my neighbors are
complaints.
cool.
Sorry, not compliments, complaints.
Complaints. No, my neighbors are cool, and I'm cool too. Which means I never make noise in inappropriate times. And I try to warn them when I'm having something out of the ordinary, like my video, my Rhapsody of Fire cover that I had to put a fucking drum inside my garage. I let my neighbor know in advance, and I never recorded in the middle of the night and stuff like that. So I'm pretty good.
I do feel bad about my neighbors because I play Helldivers late at night at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can get pretty loud. Hopefully they know that I'm a YouTuber. Alec Baldwin's finger for a $20 says, out of all the Brazilians, you invite the gay one on your show? Well, Cabrutus wasn't available. So I had to settle with Dan.
Hey, Alec Baldwin's finger, you better not be overweight to be calling me gay. We're just saying here that body fat is an estrogen factory, all right? So that finger better be pretty ripped.
Anna S. for $10. I have trouble getting motivated at times, and it would be nice to get a push sometimes, but I can only rely on myself. How do you guys motivate yourself on a down day?
I don't, because I don't need that bullshit. It's all about discipline. I don't know what Beardo is going to say, but to me, I don't rely on motivation. And I suggest you don't rely on motivation, because motivation is an emotion, and emotions are unreliable.
I think,
but it's good to it's good to have. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad.
I wouldn't say motivation. Maybe inspiration. We were talking about inspiration a little bit. I think there's two things. Yes, discipline is the number one thing. Being disciplined, knowing that you have to fucking do it.
Go
and
through
just
the motions.
Doing it.
Go through the fucking motions.
Make it a habit,
regardless of what you feel.
Yep. Make it a habit. Make it a thing that you do, just like going to work. Make it a responsibility, like you're going to work, that you have to make breakfast, that you have to make dinner, that you have to, whatever you have to do on a day-to-day basis, make the gym a habit. It's just something that you fucking do. But also, if you are looking for inspiration, Instagram, man, follow Instagram gym influencers. Follow that woman who is just absolutely incredibly in great shape. And look at her, because there'd be several times where I'm like, I follow Chris Bumstead, Callum Von Mager, and Sadiq and Joey Swole, and I see them working out, and I'll be like, damn, I got to hit the fucking gym.
Yeah.
So there is inspiration. I wouldn't say motivation, but inspiration. And you can find it on Instagram. It's very easy. Zeus Plays for $5. First, I saw the very sexy Sophia in a hilarious comedy called Big Trouble with Tim Allen. Watch it. Joe C. Pureblood for $5. Great show, guys. Dan, how about doing a Queen's Reich song, Sweet Sister Mary from Operation Mid-Crime? It's a duet with a female. Check it out.
Cool stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestion.
Look at this. Greg DeGoblin for $10 says TRT side effects may include ball shrinkage, and boob growth.
No, not TRT.
Not TRT.
Does that?
Well, TRT,
if you go above the
too
natural levels.
If you do have estrogen conversion, you're probably doing too much testosterone, or you're not consistent with your testosterone injections. But there's aromatase inhibitors that you can take, which, and I know a lot of you guys might not know what aromatase inhibitors is. When you have estrogen conversion from testosterone, it's just like anything. When you take in a supplement, if you take too much, you're going to either piss or shit it out. That's with vitamins, protein. Your body can only absorb so much protein, and it's just going to waste the rest. And testosterone, you can do the same thing. Your body can only absorb so much testosterone, and what your body does is it takes the hormone and it says, I can't do anything else with this testosterone, and it's a hormone. And testosterone is so similar in its structure to estrogen that your body will say, well, I can't do anything with this testosterone, but I can aromatize it, which is just converting it. Aromatizing is the scientific word for it, and I'll make it estrogen. And then that's where you get the bitch tits or whatever. That's where you get it's called gynecomastia, gyno for short. But there's things that you can take for it. You can take aromatase inhibitors like Arimidex or Aromasin and stuff like that. I've done a lot of research, read a lot of blogs, bodybuilding blogs, where they do talk about TRT and stuff like that. So there are stuff to prevent gyno. Thank you, Greg DeGoblin, for the 10. Forgotten Pepe for $10. What's up, Beardo? Question for Dan. Will listening to his versions of the Titanic song Get Me Laid, the Celine version works, but I want to try the metal version. Thanks, fellas.
Absolutely. We'll raise your testosterone by 20% without any side effects, and that will improve everything else in your life, including getting laid. So, yeah.
Vice for $10. A Bat Out of Hell Meatloaf cover would be sick, Dan.
Absolutely.
All right. We're all caught up on the Super Chats. Actually, one more just came in. Piece of or Utter Destruction for a 199. Dan, what's your favorite Star Trek TOS episode?
Oh man, it's gotta be the Khan one. Khan, which precedes the movie. If you wanna watch Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, you need to watch the TOS episode with Khan first. I don't remember the exact number of the episode. Yeah, but it's gotta be the Khan one. I love it.
All right. So, speaking of bodybuilding and Joe Weider, Serge Nubret, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dan, you told me before the show that you have something cool that you came across.
So to segue into this, do you remember how you first got into bodybuilding? You told us a little bit about your tough times in school and stuff.
So it was right after high school. For some reason, I think it was because I wasn't in a routine anymore because I played sports throughout high school, well, throughout like my entire childhood. I played baseball and football my entire life. And after high school, I didn't play baseball or football anymore. Well, I did play adult league fast pitch baseball. But it was just not having that routine of being in competitive sports. And I don't know. I didn't even realize it at the time that I was depressed. I didn't even realize it. And I was at a birthday party for my friend's mom. She turned 50, and me and my brother were the bartenders for this my friend's mom's birthday party. And my mom was there, and she took a picture of me and my brother there. And I looked at the picture, and I almost didn't even recognize myself. I'm like, I was skinny, my neck was skinny, and I just looked like a fucking pussy. And I looked at that picture, and I was like,
you should post that picture.
I don't even know where to find it. But I looked at the picture, and I looked at it, I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? That was someone I didn't even recognize. And then that's when I was like, I need to do something about this. And that's when I took my competitive drive from playing baseball and football, and I put it into the gym. So that's when I started getting into bodybuilding.
Awesome.
I was probably around, I was like 19 years old, I think, 19 or 20.
Right. So right after high school.
And then that's when I started watching Pumping Iron, like every day, dude. Every night I turned on Pumping Iron. Every single night. And then I started following Callum Von Mager, Chris Bumstead, all these guys. But I was always into the classic physiques. I didn't like the modern. I didn't like the modern bodybuilding, the Phil Heath, the Kai Greens, the Jay Cutlers. Like that's too much, and it is steroid abuse.
I don't want to look like Bane from Batman. I want to look like Superman, like Batman himself.
Right.
It's like I don't want to look like the villain. It's like classic bodybuilding. It's the hero look, and modern bodybuilding is the villain look.
Right, you're looking like Bane. Like it's just too much, dude. It's too much, and you know they're abusing steroids. The classic physique is always what I liked. The Arnold Schwarzeneggers, the Serge Nubret, Frank Zane. Who else? There's some old, other classic guys. But anyways, show us your Joe Weider book, man.
Yeah, man. So I asked you that because the way I first got into bodybuilding was through my father, and it's always the same story, right? I love asking guys who work out how they started because it's always something similar. It always comes from somewhere, from a place of overcoming depression, anxiety, insecurities. It always comes from a place of, hey, looking at the mirror or at a picture of yourself,
having a wake-up
and saying,
call.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't want to be that anymore. And it was like that for me. I joined the Army in 2008, got a fuck ton of muscle there, left the Army in 2009, and a few months later, because I knew nothing about fitness, in the Army, I just did what I was told. And doing what I was told in the Army got me muscle. But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know the theory behind muscle building. So I left the Army 2009, went to college, and went back to my sedentary life and lost all the muscle I had built. And that really brought me down. And I was one night I was talking to my dad about that. My late father. I was talking to him about that. and he was like, hey, I think I got just what you need. And he gave me his bodybuilding course for beginners by Joe fucking Weider.
Joe Weider.
I found these magazines. It's sort of booklets.
That is awesome.
It's seven booklets.
So
and this
chat
is like
real quick. Chat real quick. If you guys don't know who Joe Weider is he's the father of bodybuilding, right?
Yep.
He's the guy who made bodybuilding popular, because before Joe Weider,
this is Joe Weider.
Before Joe Weider, bodybuilding kind of used to be like a freak show. It was kind of like a circus,
very
like,
underground.
It was very. It was almost like going to a circus.
It was like a circus thing.
Yeah,
it was like the strong man in the circus.
It was like a freak show, and Joe Weider mainstreamed it, and that's when it got serious and really popular, and people started caring about fitness. So Joe Weider, father of bodybuilding, he's the guy who founded Arnold Schwarzenegger, really brought him over from Austria and brought Arnold over to the United States. So anyways, Dan, sorry.
So, he mentored Arnold and brought him from Austria. We probably only heard of Arnold because of Joe Weider. We would never hear about Arnold if you weren't Joe Weider. So this is from the 60s. It's like it's yellowed and stained because it's more than half a century old. And it's just like those booklets. And in the 60s, steroids weren't that popular. They were already a few, but it was like it was the days of Steve Reeves, those sort of guys, those famously natural bodybuilders. So the chances that those guys that you're seeing here being all natural, it's actually really, really feasible. And it's like...
Well, you know what a lot of those guys, some of them used to do, like Olympic athletes and those OG guys, they used to eat, and chat, this might sound weird, but this is what they used to do. They used to eat animal testicles to increase their testosterone.
Seriously?
Because back then, that was the only way to, like, that was their steroids. Shit. That was their steroids back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, there used to be Olympians, and these early day bodybuilders, before injecting steroids and testosterone was a thing, they used to eat animal testicles.
Yeah, I'd rather do TRT. And it's like...
yes.
There's the... It's really for beginners, right? You can see there's only dumbbells in these workouts, and it's like you buy a pair of dumbbells and you can work out at home, but it's not the cool thing about those booklets. It's not just the exercises. There's like a full letter written by bodybuilders of the time, like encouraging you. This guy's called Leo Robert. And it's like they're encouraging you, and there's articles about, like, take a fucking shower, you pig, and have a good night of sleep. Like, it's teaching you to be a man. Like,
high tea shit.
Your hair, high tea shit. Exactly. And it's like there's school stuff, like teaching you how to do impressive stuff, like lifting a guy with your fucking mouth. It's like doing arm wrestling. Yeah, teaching how to do push-ups on your fingers. It's just high tea stuff. It's super cool, man. I found this morning among my late father's stuff in his old office. I told Beardo about it, and we said we got to show this on today's show. So yeah,
fuck yeah,
high tea stuff. So
that's a good
that's
find.
How
a little high tea
started.
bragging rights right there.
High tea bragging rights, exactly. So that's how I started in bodybuilding, with this beginners course for bodybuilders. So it's awesome stuff. More than half a century old.
Hell yeah.
Something I really treasure.
Hey, Chunk, later, man. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. And again, real quick, shout out to the mods. Thank you for the mods for holding stuff down. Thank you for the 440 people watching. We're sitting at 323 likes. Make sure to please like the stream. But when you do, don't just click on the like button like a fucking pussy. Smash it! And smash it hard, deep, stiff, and rough with no lubrication. Because that's the way Batman would do it. That's the way Kratos would do it. That's the way FearTheBeardo would do it. So smash the fucking like button right now. Okay, real quick. So transitioning here. Not that kind of transitioning, but transitioning. Is this high tea or low tea, Dan? So this man proposes to his girlfriend in a McDonald's, and this is her reaction.
What's she say?
I think she's speaking a different language.
The food that counts at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? Like, we're really children manners. Oh, it's the food that counts.
The guy's going after her?
Now some of these, I've seen some of these that are staged. Some of these are staged. But I think that this one's real because he went and chased after her desperately. I think
Dude,
this is a real one.
No, this is just a mess in every possible way. I want to hear what you think about it, but it's a mess from both sides.
Right.
Both of them are doing stuff that you shouldn't ever do.
Right. So a few things here. You obviously should never propose to your girlfriend in a fucking McDonald's. You do.
No.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
You only propose in public whatsoever if you had proposed already before, but you just like you want to make a fun surprise thing. Never propose out of nowhere in public because you subject yourself and your girl to a really. You think someone who doesn't want to marry you. This is the exception, obviously, but you think a good girl, a cool, rational girl, will say no to you. If you propose to her, I don't know, in a football game or stuff like that, she will say yes at the time if she's cool. If she's not like this bitch right here, she will say yes at the time, and then the next day she will call you.
And then you'll fight about it later.
You will receive that call, and it's gonna be a mess.
And that's the thing. So there's two wrongs. They're both wrong in this situation. The man, obviously, you got to have some self-awareness. Don't propose to your girlfriend in a McDonald's.
Dude.
But here's the thing. She could have handled it way better.
Yeah.
This is the way that she could have handled it. What you do, this is if she truly wanted to marry the guy, right? If she truly wanted to marry this man, she's going to say yes. Because here's the thing. Women, never publicly humiliate your man. That's something you don't do because for a man, your woman is an extension of you. The kind of respect that she has for you in public is a reflection on the man.
Dude, you might as well be cutting his balls. I've had friends. I've seen friends' wives telling them to shut up, like in front of people, and it's like you can tell that the guy shrinks. You know, you're pretty much cutting the guy's balls, and if he loves her, yeah, man, don't do that. Don't do that ever.
So, for this woman, this is how you make the situation right. If she truly wants to marry the man, the obvious answer would be yes, but then later behind closed doors, have that tough conversation where, I want to marry you, but I am not a huge fan of the way that you proposed to me. And then the guy makes it right by saying, okay, how about we shelve this and I can propose to you again. We can make it better. We'll still be engaged, but I'll give you a proper proposal. I'm assuming. But they're both wrong in this situation, man. The dude, don't propose to your girlfriend at a fast food restaurant, and the woman, you cannot embarrass your man in public, no matter how upset you are at where you got proposed to. Do not humiliate your man.
Yeah, absolutely. There are proposals and proposals. You know what I mean? There is like, when you're in a relationship with someone and it's like you feel like proposing to her would be just a formality because you guys are already talking about the future all the time. You're talking about kids all the time.
You're just taking the next step. Like you already know that she's going to say yes.
Yeah, only propose to a girl
if you know she's going to say yes.
In public. You can like take that leap of faith if you don't know in private. But only propose to your girl in public if you're already at that level. Like when you feel like the proposal would be just a formality. If you're already talking about like getting old together, that you're already having those talks, and you know that getting married would be just a natural extension of the relationship from both sides, because you cannot fool yourself here. That can be happening for you, but not for her. So you need to be able to recognize that. So when you guys start having those conversations, when you guys start having logistical conversations about your relationship, for example, like you guys are talking about buying a house. You guys are talking about names of children, and those are serious talks that you're having. That's pretty much like an indicator that a marriage is just around the corner. So only propose to a girl in public if that is your situation. If not, if you're going to take a leap of faith, do it in private.
And I'll say this about doing it in public. There's doing it in public, and then there's doing it
in public in a
public.
McDonald's.
Right. So if you're going to do it in public, in front of people, you do it in front of loved ones, friends, family. Maybe it's a private area, but people are there, because there will be a lot of times where the women are emotional, social creatures. When she's proposed to and that ring is on her finger, she wants to go to her best friend and be like, look at this, oh my gosh, I'm engaged. And maybe her mom's there, and her mom's like, doing it in public amongst friends and family is different than doing it in public in a fucking McDonald's or a shopping mall or somewhere like that. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference.
Man, so lame.
It is lame. It is lame. But the woman didn't act so right either.
The woman what she. Let's say you mentioned the situation that if she wanted to say yes. Now let's say she doesn't want to, because we don't know this couple. It could be like this guy could have met her like last week, and we don't know, right? That guy can be just a creepo. But if that's the case, and the girl is obviously saying no, there are also ways to say no in public. You can say like I think saying yes to later say, hey, I was just acting. It's not yes because I barely know you. I guess that would be the second best option. The first best option I think would be just, I don't know, just try to take it lightly and maybe laugh a bit and treat it as a joke, and just say no right there, but in a dignified way.
And I think it's fine. Getting rejected during a proposal, it's going to be embarrassing no matter what. But I think the best way for a woman to handle saying no is to maybe just say, with a smile on your face, say quietly, hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. To where for a man, what are you doing proposing and you aren't 100% sure that she's going to say yes?
Yeah.
Like, I would never propose to a woman if there was any fucking doubt. If there was any doubt. If I wasn't 100% certain that the answer is going to be yes, then why would I want to propose and marry that woman? Yeah. I only want to propose to a woman who, like you said, we're already talking about starting a life togetger.
Mm-hmm. And that stuff happens naturally.
Right.
If you put like a big formal line to cross, then there's a chance that both you and the girl will be freaked out and scared. But when you let things go naturally and you suddenly start having those serious talks, it's much more fun and much more natural.
No, I am not married. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I am not married.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Real quick, we have some huge super chats to get to. But first,
Hey.
Donna Hall with a $5 says, Dan, 993,000 today. Is your million views video ready?
No, it's not ready, but I already know what it will be. And I've known since I was about 10,000 subscribers. I had about 10,000 subscribers. I already decided what my 1 million subscribers video would be. And you guys will see. We'll see. But there's also the Men Buns Are Gay video that needs to come up too. And I'm just waiting for Gary to send me his stuff. Gotta text him and come on, man, hurry up. I'm gonna be 1 million soon.
Let's see. ABCD says, how would you propose? I don't know, but I'd make it special. Randy Jane with the 50 says, glad I can now catch the stream. Dan, when do you think you'll release the Defector? Defector. I'm the daughter of a former addict, who's also a Vietnam vet, so I have firsthand experience with the effects of addiction, and I'd love to hear your take on it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the Defector is a song that was, I haven't written it yet, but it's sort of the idea is sort of in my head. It's sort of a tribute to ex-addict that I want to write. So I already have more or less the idea for the song, but there's nothing very solid done yet. So it's just an idea.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Thank you, Randy, for the $50 donation. Elson Barrett for a 20 says, the more I think about it, I think McDonald's is the perfect place to propose. Maybe the perfect place to propose. If she's going to say no because you proposed to McDonald's, then that's a woman you shouldn't marry. Can we agree this guy dodged a bullet? I do think that he dodged a bullet. I think that you should be able to propose to your girlfriend if you guys truly love each other and think that you guys, and like we said, already committed to each other, already know that you guys are going to get married. You can propose to her in your fucking living room.
Yeah. Dude, that'll probably be my...
That'd be better than McDonald's.
My go-to. I'll propose to her in my house.
Yeah.
In my retro gaming room. How about
Hell yeah. Make it special in your retro gaming room. Mary Jane Valencia for a $100 donation. Let's go. Every person has a choice of getting fit. Everything is included: routine, inspiration, motivation, etc. You cannot just take one. Never fucking went to the gym. 47, 125 pounds, ate like a pig, exercise regularly with nature, live, laugh, love. Voila. Well.
Yeah, man, just do something. Just move. Do something. Maybe you're not into getting jacked and getting muscular, because maybe that's not a look that everybody wants.
Right.
But a lot of women, this is a girl, Mary Jane, a lot of girls think they will get like huge by going like twice or 3 times a week to the gym. That's not true.
Not going to happen.
Not true at all, especially women. Women have a hard time building muscle, and what will happen is that
testosterone levels are so low in women. Like, you're not going to develop muscle like a man would. And I hear so many arguments against women working out because they're afraid that they're going to look like a man. It's not going to fucking happen. Unless the woman is ingesting testosterone, which you should never fucking do.
Man.
You should
start
never
talking like this. And it's terrible, man. But we were assuming that that's your situation. In case it's not, just move. Just move around. But yeah, in regards to fear of getting hugely muscular for girls, it's like I retweeted a picture the other day that shows the comparison between 5 pounds of muscle and 5 pounds of fat. Mm-hmm. You are a lot bigger with the same amount of fat than with the same amount of muscle. Yep. You will not get bigger by putting up muscle, by replacing your weight in fat with muscle. You will not get bigger than you are now.
Absolutely correct.
Never.
Look at Liz. Liz says, my hubby proposed in our kitchen, and it was perfect. See, there you go. There you go. Again, thank you, Mary Jane Valencia, for the $100 frickin' dollars. You'd love to see it. Thank you very much. Margaret Riggle for $5 says, has anyone ever told you that you guys both have long necks? We do.
You know what they say about long necks, right?
What do they say?
I don't know. It's just baiting.
Big wieners.
Probably.
Large, massive wieners. Spirian for $5 with the $5 super sticker. Thank you, Spirian. All right, one messy marriage proposal,
dude.
To this. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Here we go. So here we have, and this is a great page, by the way. Women being awful. Fantastic page. So we have this. Ew, self-shame Friday, here I come. Found this in the boyfriend's nightstand. Not a fan. Please roast and then tell me how to tactfully say, no, you need to go get something different.
That's a pretty good way to make your
That's a
your
pretty good way
boyfriend say
to break
hell
up.
no. Yeah, to make your boyfriend say hell no. Give me that back. Goodbye.
I will give it to a woman who will appreciate it.
Holy fuck, dude.
That is, and going back to what we said about a woman publicly embarrassing or shaming her man, this is on social media. This is on social media. Self-shame Friday. Please roast my boyfriend, and then tell me how to tactfully.
The guy didn't propose. She found it.
She found it.
Yeah.
She found it. And
so
how does?
Who knows what the guy would do?
Dude,
we don't even know.
Like, what if there's some sentimental value to this? What if this is like this man's deceased grandmother's ring that's been passed down through generations, and it's like, and she found this
mocking it.
and then mocked it, dude.
Yeah. Holy fuck, dude. Yeah, this is Darwinism in action, because every single friend of hers who saw that and was like, hey, maybe when they break up, I'm next in line. That guy will see this and say, hell no. Hell no. This is perfect Darwinism, and we should thank her, because she's showing everybody that she should die
What kind of
single.
woman she is.
Yeah.
She's showing everyone what kind of woman she is, man.
So that's really a public service.
And
so
if it's the right woman, it shouldn't matter if it's a $10,000 ring or if it's a $100 ring.
Yeah.
Because the right woman, and this is, I don't know, it makes more sense to me to take that maybe thousands of dollars that you would spend on a ring and maybe put it on a down payment towards a house that you have together.
Absolutely.
Like the value of the ring is in how much you guys love each other and your commitment to each other. Like a $100 ring, a $200 ring, like, and then you take that extra $5,000, $10,000 that a lot of these high-end preppy Gen Z millennial, like these self-righteous women that you see on TikTok and Instagram that say that they want a $10,000 ring and that their man needs to make $500,000 a year. Like, a logical woman with their head on straight would rather put that $5,000, $10,000 on an investment than wear it on your hand.
Dude, there's so much bullshit in the marriage industry, because it has become an industry, really. Like, you have to do this, you have to do that. There's a series of protocols. You have to pay for this, you got to pay for that. And everything, if that's marriage related, it costs like 5 times more. Oh, these are regular flowers and these are marriage flowers. The marriage flowers they cost 5 times more. They are 5 times more expensive. My brother got married a couple years ago, and he told me this. He was like, man, everything that's marriage related is stupidly expensive. Insane. And what he and his wife did, they're like, fuck this. We're going to do a simple set of rings, a simple marriage with closed ones, and then we're gonna spend it in our future. As you said, we're gonna make a down payment to a house. We're gonna get a cool honeymoon, and it's like it's really stupid how the bunch of bullshit that you have in marriage nowadays. The ceremony has to be a certain specific way. For what reason? Who knows? But it's like, yeah, man, don't do that. Invest in your future. Invest in in cool trips, in cool experiences. Yeah, it's fucked
Paul
up.
says $10,000 ring is minimum. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I wouldn't.
There's also that law. There's also the
general rule of thumb.
The general rule of thumb that it should be like three times your monthly salary, something like that.
Or it's either that or it's like 1 year's worth of your income.
Holy shit! 1 year? No, 1 year's too much.
That dude.
Hell
I mean,
no.
I want to hear what the woman in the chat have to. Here we go. Here's one. The rule is 3 months pay for a ring. 3 months pay. So I mean, shit. If you make $4,000 a month, that's a $12,000 ring. I 3 months salary. 3 months salary. I don't know, man. Maybe.
I'm not willing.
I don't want to call myself a cheapskate, but I just think that I would rather take 3 months' salary and put that in an investment for your life together.
It's like, I understand that women are biologically wired to enjoy a good provider, just like we are biologically wired to take a second look at a great pair of tits and a nice cleavage. Like, women are biologically wired to be attracted by a guy who is a good provider. And
well, here we go. Devin says my ring was $300 emerald ring.
Nice.
I love it. That is more than acceptable.
So a ring, I guess, it would be a good symbol of that, a good representation of being a good provider, but also a good representation of being a good provider is buying a nice house. It's buying it's like living a comfortable life, giving your wife a comfortable life. So if you're gonna sacrifice that for your ring, then you're getting the symbol of the thing and putting it in front of the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because you take three months' salary and you blow it on a ring.
Yeah.
Now you're in a fucking hole. Now you're in a hole for 3 months.
Exactly. A ring, an expensive ring is a symbol. An expensive ring is a symbol of being a good provider. So now you're being a shitty provider to provide.
It's an oxymoron.
A good symbol. Yeah. You're being a shitty provider in order to give her a symbol of being a good provider.
It's an oxymoron, man. It's an oxymoron. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? So this is at a this is either at a concert or a sporting event.
That guy's fighting for his life.
My man is battling demons, brother. He is battling demons.
He had his girlfriend beside him. I think so.
Yeah.
That guy's like...
He was battling demons right there. He wanted to turn around so bad. But here's the thing, man. If your girlfriend's cool, she'd have let you turn around and check that ass out. If your girlfriend was cool, she would have been checking that ass with you.
With you, exactly.
She'd have been with you checking it out.
Oh, but dude, what is that? That you cannot get an ass like that naturally.
Oh no, that is. I mean,
no, those are implants. Come
on. For research purposes, we can go ahead and watch it again.
Yeah, for research purposes. Yeah. And you see, her belly is a little bit. You can see a little bit of her abs.
Here in the very beginning. I mean,
you can tell that she doesn't have a lot of body fat.
Right. This is a generally fit woman with massive ass implants. Now that's either ass implants or I guess the BBL, Brazilian butt lifts. You live in Brazil. Do you see Brazilian butt lifts all the time?
I don't, man. That's funny because it's called Brazilian butt lifts, and I only see it in America. It's insane. What I see a lot here in Brazil is breast implants, boob implants.
Oh, that's everywhere here in America.
But
especially amongst like the younger crowd, like people my age, millennials, and God forbid, now Gen Zers
even girls who are not that rich, Like you see, it's very mainstream. It's becoming very mainstream.
Well, the women that you see who aren't rich, who have breast implants, they probably had a sugar daddy pay for them for.
Yeah, that there's that too. Yeah, and hey, he's going to enjoy it. So
that's true. That's true. Randy Jane for a $10 Beardo. I just sent you an email to a Twitter post that briefly explains my life story that ties in with my last super chat. If you're interested in reading it, I'll give it a read. Thank you, Randy, for the $10. Thank you for the 50 earlier. I will definitely check that out. Donna Hall for a $5. Just a simple band. I don't even like diamonds. You're in the marriage for the man, not the ring.
There you go.
Well said. And I think that's what a lot of men nowadays are hoping for, or I guess hopeless romantics to try to find a woman who doesn't put these unrealistic expectations on wanting a $10,000, $20,000, sometimes even more than that, an astronomical, expensive wedding ring when a man just wants genuine compassion in a relationship. And a woman who's smart enough to realize, I don't need an expensive ring. I would like... The ring just represents your commitment to each other. Now, are you really going to put a price tag on your commitment to each other? Or do you want to take that commitment and put it on a down payment towards a house or a car or put it into the stock market so that investment can then grow? Exactly.
It's like even looking at it from a pure, cold, amoral, biological view. Women are wired to enjoy resourceful men. That's not smart. That's not smart, even from a biological view of wanting a resourceful man, because you're wanting that man to sacrifice his resources for something that will not bring you anything tangible, anything solid. It's just a symbol. So that's not intelligent.
Yeah, it's not. It's a symbol to your commitment to each other, and putting a price tag on it. Some of these women.
Yeah.
Clemson PC for a $5. What's up, Clemson? How you doing, man? Only a material-minded woman cares about the cost of a ring. A worthwhile woman will never care. Exactly. There you go. And that's what we're saying. Joe C. Pureblood for a $5. Fun fact, giving a diamond ring as an engagement or a marriage was started by Zales and De Beers jewelry in the 1930s. Before that, it didn't exist. Dude,
we never ask ourselves how stuff begun or why stuff are what they are.
And you know that the diamond industry is a complete scam. You know that, right?
How so?
So diamonds aren't actually scarce. The only reason diamonds are scarce is because there's like two people or two like groups of people, like organizations in the world that own all of the fucking the mines where they mine the coal to make the diamonds, all these diamond mines. And they only sell a certain amount of diamonds per year. So it's a false scarcity.
Oh, it's an artificial.
It's an artificial scarcity.
Shit.
They only release a certain amount and sell a certain amount of diamonds per year, and that's why diamonds are so expensive. Diamonds are really worthless, but it's only because they gatekeep the diamonds and they only sell a certain amount. That's why diamonds are high in price.
Yeah, it's only value. It's the scarce and the scarcity, and
correct.
Then it's not even real.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Mm-hmm. And cutting glass, I guess.
How about this? How about this? Would you wife this? Would you wife this girl up?
Oh shit. Hell no.
What are we thinking? What if you show up on a blind date?
Is that real?
What if your buddy? Is
that a filter? That's a filter. That's not real.
What, her hair?
No,
her hair is real.
Her everything. Her head.
Her forehead is 100% natural. That
Holy
forehead
shit.
is 100% natural.
No, those are forehead implants. You're shitting me.
She got a Brazilian forehead lift.
It's the new trend.
The BFL, the Brazilian forehead lift. You show up on a blind date, and the woman shows up with hair like this, what do you do?
First of all, I don't do blind dates, but let's say for some reason I did.
Your buddy, a family member's like, hey,
Yeah.
Dan, there's this really, really good girl. This
Yes.
really nice girl. She's interested in almost everything that you're interested in. You guys would be fantastic together. I want to hook you guys up. And you show up, you pick her up, or you show up at the restaurant, and this is what she looks like with this kind of hair.
Yeah, I'd be pretty scared. But
Do you say, hey, like right away? Do you say, hey, I'm gonna fucking bounce, or would you continue with the date and then after the date's over, just not call her back?
I would give her a chance to have me for a couple hours, and then never see her again. That's the best I can do. So I would make. I would try to be polite and make conversation, a non-flirtatious, non-sexual conversation, not even a hint of it. But just have a pleasant night. And if she's cool, I'll give her the...
What if you guys have the best time? What if you guys have the best time and you're like, you know what? I'll give her another shot. And then on the second date, she shows up with this. But she's got the best personality ever. Would you ask her, say, hey, have you ever thought about doing your hair normal?
It's not just the hair, man. That head.
What, are you talking about the forehead?
The head, her head is weird. You cannot undo that. I wouldn't tell her that, but I've broken up with girls for much less. So
it's a cruel world out there.
You want me to lie here? You want me to be all hypocrite and say I only date girls for her personality? That's a lie.
Nobody does.
Nobody
does. Nobody does.
So she could be the best girl alive in a sense of personality and be cool and like having stuff to talk about. What I would do, I would put her in the friend zone.
Yeah, you friend zone her.
She would be like a great friend, but dating? Sorry, I don't date girls just for the personality. I have friends just for the personality, but I don't date girls for the personality.
Right. The whole point of dating, getting married, like, yeah, you want to be able to have someone who can be your best friend, but also that you want to fuck for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's for men and women, man. Like, women don't want to be fucking a beta, an ugly fucking dude for the rest of their life. Nah, man. And those kind of women that do marry a beta,
have you ever...
That's how you wind up getting a stepdad.
Exactly.
That for kids, if your mom is somewhat good looking, and if your dad's a fucking beta, well, sooner or later you're gonna have a stepdad, who is probably much more masculine.
Sad but true, man. Have you ever went out with a girl that you only knew online? You slipped on her Instagram DMs or something, and then when you saw her in person for the first time, you got disappointed.
Yeah, it's called catfishing, and I've
catfishing.
Yes,
yeah,
I have absolutely been catfished.
What is the catfishing procedure for FearTheBeardo?
The catfishing procedure is, I like to pride myself on thinking that I'm a gentleman, so I would entertain the date, try to have a good time. And then you just didn't work out. I was,
absolutely.
And then you just, you don't.
That's what I do too.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's so uncomfortable because you're like, okay, so the first the first time you put eyes on her, what's gonna be like. It's gonna be friend zone mode, or it's gonna be I'm trying to get in her pants mode.
And you definitely, if you got catfished and you're not interested, but you're still. Maybe, I don't know, you need a slump buster?
If you're that desperate...
I don't know. I would say...
I don't know.
Don't kiss her, don't sleep with her, because then you are a dickhead. Then you are a dickhead.
I would say don't lie to women. Don't lie to women, because sometimes a girl might be in that mode too, and she might be... it's not the healthiest thing to do, but... I mean, if she knows what she's getting into. But the procedure, in my opinion, It's like, and it can get uncomfortable sometimes, but you entertain the date, as you said, but you turn on friend zone mode. Mm-hmm. Don't flirt, don't give her hope. And sometimes she will give you like she will try to set up the vibe. I remember the last time that happened to me, I walked her home, and I could tell when I walked her home that she was like, kiss me, please. She did everything but say that. She was like, she was setting the kiss moment totally. And I was just like, bye.
Well, dude, here's the thing, man.
So weird, man.
Women are more than capable of doing it too. Women are more than capable of doing it because you might show up to a date with a woman and she is everything that you've seen online, and she sees you in person, and she might not think that you are everything that she thought, but she still might be craving some dick. She lets you hit it, and you thought you had a great fucking time. You're like, yeah, I fucking slept with her on the first date, and then she ghosts you. And now you're thinking like, man, like what I do wrong?
No ghosting, man. No, never do that. Even if you're in that one night stand mode, that's why I say don't lie to women and don't set up false expectations, because if she's not in that mode too, it's just gonna be a mess. Then on top of it all, you ghost her. Then you're just lying to women, and that's not cool, man. But yeah.
Unless she's a complete
terrible.
bitch. If she's a complete bitch, sleep with her and then ghost her.
How many dates before the big moment?
How many dates?
How many dates before?
It all depends on the quality of the woman,
the
man.
Fun.
It all depends on the quality of the woman and
right?
what your intentions are too. It really is case for case, I think.
Yeah. A rule of thumb that I have that I try to always do is if I'm romantically interested in a woman and I ask her out and she accepts, I am 100% certain that I'm going to make a move towards a kiss.
On the first date?
Yeah.
Kiss
on the first date.
I think
every time I went out with a girl and I didn't kiss her, or at least tried, you don't need to necessarily kiss her. That's the fun thing. You don't need to necessarily be successful. But every single first date that I went that I didn't try to kiss her, I was friend zoned.
Yeah, because
my personal anecdote, bro science.
Because then she thinks that you aren't confident, or you're a beta or shy or something like that.
Either two things. She thinks I'm not interested, or she thinks I am interested, but I am a pussy.
Right, a pussy. Because
at least try. At least try to kiss her. And sometimes I got rejected when I tried to do that. But then a second date happened, and then I kissed her then. And we have a great relationship after that.
I think it is case for case, but I do think that if you're very interested in the girl, the date goes really good, I think you got to go for that kiss on the first date. I think that, because that builds the precedent. That builds the precedent right there. Because
now
if
you're
you
physical.
Now there's physical. There's 100%. 100%. So to answer your question,
about the sex.
About the sex. Man, isn't it always nice when the woman initiates it, huh? When the woman is the one that initiates it, that's always nice. I say by the third or fourth date. The third or fourth date, you should at least be getting to like second or third base. Like by the third date, I think that's when you can maybe invite them over to your house, or you do the third date at your house. You make some dinner, and then that's when you start playing with the boobies.
I agree. That's very reasonable. That's very reasonable. And if she tries to initiate something before that, that may be a fun thing, as we were talking about before. Just a fun, casual thing mode. But if I'm looking for a serious thing with that woman, and she initiates something like second, third base before the third date, I'm a little bit... I may cooperate and do it.
Right.
But I won't be thinking serious commitment as much anymore.
Right.
That
right.
might be like that rubs me the wrong way.
Right.
No pun intended.
If it's like on the first or second date, and then she's like,
She
and
initiates
she's
it.
going down, she's trying to suck you off,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, sure, like, I'll
I
accept
allow
it.
it.
I'll
I
accept
allow
it, but I'm going to question.
You're
I'm
not
going
gonna
to
be my wife
question.
anymore. Yeah, you're not
I
gonna
might
be the
question
mother of my
things.
children anymore. Probably. You're probably not gonna be the mother of my children.
What happens? Well, how about this? This gets really interesting. How about what if you guys are like friends for a long time? Like, let's say you guys are friends for like 5 years. You kind of always maybe secretly had a crush on her, but you guys were such good friends that you didn't want to cross that boundary. And then she says to you something, saying like, you guys kind of both realize at the same time that you guys have had a crush on each other, and that you kind of want to take the next step. And you've known her for years. Let's say you've known her for 5 years. And then you go on a first date, and then the second date, and then you guys sleep with each other on the second date. But you've known her forever. I'm not talking about a chick that you just DM'd or met somewhere, let's say at the gym or a bar or something like that, or online. But you've known each other for years, and then you guys sleep together on the first date of the second date. That's a different story.
That's different. Yeah. Because there's different baggage over there. There's a different history between you two.
Right.
So that I don't think that can even be considered a first date. Maybe a first romantic date, but doesn't even catalog as a first date in my head. It's like that person
because
for
you guys
so
have been
long.
hanging out.
We're
Like,
just hanging
right.
out like always. It just happens to be just the two of us, and we happen to be flirting. But it's like, yeah, it's totally different. It's a different case. Yeah, well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So, that's why those rules of thumb are never set on stone.
It's case per case.
Yeah.
But if it's a chick that you just met on like a dating app, whether
Yeah.
it's Tinder or Bumble or
And she
something like
puts
that,
out on the first
and the
date.
first date, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
how many other dudes did she
Yeah,
fuck
I'm not.
on the first date?
I'm not introducing you to my mom.
No,
No.
definitely not. Joe C for another $5. Fun fact, giving a diamond ring as an engagement or marriage was, we got that one. Thank
yeah,
you
we
very
got
much
that.
for the 5. Lean back, have a snack, take a nap for a $5. The ring cost rule of thumb is a marketing grift.
Yeah.
On the opposite side, it's not about being cheap, but rather planning for the future with your spouse. 100%. 100%.
Exactly. That's interesting that he said it's not about being cheap, because you also don't want to be a cheap motherfucker with your wife. You need to be, if you wanna ask your girl in marriage and you wanna save it on the ring, make sure you show her that you're saving for a purpose, that she's gonna get what that which you saved in something more cool, in something that's more useful. Like the example that we keep giving, the down payment of a house and stuff like that.
Right.
You got to show her that you are resourceful. You are a guy that worries about the future and can provide.
I also think you, shouldn't tell the woman that you propose to how much it is, but also the woman, she shouldn't ask. Because if it's the right woman, she wouldn't care. So it's not like, hey, I hope you like it. I only spent $300 on it. Or if she shouldn't ask how much it was.
If she
she
mentions
says-
the price
right.
of it in any way, it's a huge red flag.
Unless it's like phrased like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. How much was it? I hope you didn't spend too much money on it.
if
And
she's
then as the man, then you say, don't worry
Absolutely.
about it. Then you say,
Absolutely.
don't worry about it. But I don't tell her the cost, right?
Yeah.
Don't tell her
Yeah.
the cost. But also, if a woman's like, oh my gosh, like, how much was it? Was it $10,000? Like, in a positive
If
way,
she's-
hoping that it was 10, then it's like,
If she starts asking for specifics, it's
yeah, that's
it's
a big red flag.
reddish. Yeah.
That's a red flag for sure. VHS quality for $5. Motherfucking looking like Aku from Samurai Jack. Not going to lie, I'd still hit it. Hear me out. I don't know
I
who that
know!
character is, but...
I know who that is. Damn. That's true.
Prison wife Gary.
Damn,
Holy
look at
shit,
that.
That is a terrifying, terrifying avatar for a $2. What's this about getting fucked?
Oh, my.
Louise. Jeez
Oh,
Louise. Look at
no.
this. Mary Jane Valencia for another
go.
$100. That is
Nice.
2 100s on this show. Relationship talk, huh? Temptations come our way. Come comes our ways every millisecond. Doesn't matter the price of things for relationship. It's the priceless of love from and for both. Well said.
Beautifully said.
Well said.
Nice.
Biggles Mets for a $5. I am told by girls I have a 2-hour limit before they ever want to talk to me again. I will just leave that here. Really?
You were told that actually? And she was not kidding?
I have a 2-hour limit before they ever want to talk to me again? 2-hour limit? Well, I mean, I guess there's some truth to that. Like, you know.
Maybe she's joking with you, like, because women will shit test you a lot. You know what a shit test is?
I think so, but explain it.
Yeah, it's like, let's say you approach a girl in the bar and she's like, "Wow, you're not even gonna pay me a drink." She's not being serious. She's shit testing you. She's interested in you, but she's teasing you like we do with each other, like friends do. But she's teasing you, like trying to hurt you a little bit to test your confidence. That's what a shit test is.
Even if she does that and says, "Wow, you're not even gonna buy me a drink," you better fucking buy her a drink.
You can tell when she's being serious. Like it's all about the tone and like her facial expression. If she has like a hint of humor in it, she's shit testing you, and it's like depending on your reaction, she will treat you completely different. And this is like women do that by instinct. It's not them being mean or something like that, but women are wired to look for confidence in men. So they will throw those shit tests once in a while to see if you're a confident man. And it's like if you go like what do you mean? Or if you cooperate, if you go like, "Oh, sure, here's a drink," and stuff, it's like, what a beta.
Right.
The right response in this sort of situation is just an example. There are many different situations that can happen. But if she goes like, "Wow, won't you even buy me a drink?" You can go like, "Okay, I'll buy you a drink, but I want a kiss in the cheek first."
Yeah. Say, "Hey, I'll buy you a drink
like
if you
that.
kiss me on the cheek," or it's like, "I'll buy you a drink if you buy me a drink."
Stuff like that.
Say like, "Yeah, first round's on me, but second round's on you."
Yeah, you treat it.
Then there's confidence in
lightly.
there. Then she's like, "Oh, okay, this motherfucker's confident. Okay, I kind of like this guy."
So yeah, I don't know why we started to talk about that.
It was a super chat from Biggles.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, we were talking about the girl shit talking. The
2-hour rule.
Yeah.
So one thing that I have heard,
if she's talking to you, if she says that to you
you got 2 hours to impress me
in a jokingly way, she's shit testing you, and she's like, "Okay, but you can respond to her. Okay, but you have only 5 minutes." You can joke to her like that, right? But she's being serious. Then
yeah, it's like, "Oh, you got 2 hours to impress me." It's like, really, because I was giving you 1 hour to impress me.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there is, that's funny, like there is like this psychological thing where it's like if you go on a date or if you meet a man or a woman, like if you're a woman and you meet a man, or if you're a man and you meet a woman and you guys are on a date together, there is that kind of like 5 to 10 minute window where it's like, you know, in the first 5 or 10 minutes of talking to this person, whether you like them or not,
that is
whether
implied.
you want to sleep with them or not.
That is an implied rule. Yes.
Randy Jane with the question. I think this is the question that she literally just super chatted. I was going to get to it, Randy. You didn't need a super chat again, but I'll pull up the super chat. Thank you, Randy. I was going to pull it up because it was a good question. Randy for a 5. What about on the third date when you guys want to initiate the deed, but she wants to wait? When guys want to initiate the deed, but she wants to wait. And I think that is case to case, whether it could be religion or self-respect and wanting to wait. I think, how do I say this? For us men, and it's different for women. Women and men receive love in entirely different ways. Women receive love in quality time spent together. They can receive love in cuddling and holding hands and just spending quality time together, where a man really kind of wants to know and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Dan, a man will know if a woman is really interested in him and to keep progressing in the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
If they sleep with the woman, if the woman wants to sleep with the man, that's like the man's like, okay, like this woman really likes me. Like this woman is showing me love by having by making love.
Yeah, men are really physical in their ways of demonstrating affection and receiving and perceived demonstrations of affection too. But there are also other ways you can tell. Sometimes men can be like, okay, she's not interested in sleeping with me. Maybe she doesn't like me. Maybe not. Maybe she does like you. But as you said, there are religious reasons.
Religious, self-respect.
Yeah, or she's just really shy, or maybe you didn't do a great job on your 3 dates to conveying trust to her. That can also happen. That can also be on you. So you can tell if she's saying no to the sex, but yes to you. You know what I mean? She's saying she's not saying no. She's just saying not
no
now.
right now. No,
Not
right now.
now.
I
Exactly.
still think, but there still needs to be some type of intimacy, physical intimacy. It doesn't
need
need
to be progressing in some way.
Right. Yeah. By the third date, I think, it's good. It's a good telltale sign by the third date if there's like you guys are hardcore making out, little titty grab, something like that.
You're supposed to be physically comfortable with each other by this point.
By the third date, and if you're not physically comfortable by the third date, I think that's when both parties maybe start to second guess going forward in the relationship. Is there going to be a fourth date?
Yeah, that doesn't mean it will be either it or not by the third date, but there. It's like the man, especially because the man would most often dictate the man initiates most stuff in the relationship. The man will initiate the asking for a number. The man will initiate the first move for a kiss. There are exceptions, of course, and there are also the cases where the girl baits the man to initiate. But if by the third date you're not getting anything, it's like take a look at yourself. How, as a guy, what are you doing wrong? Try to figure yourself out and see maybe you're not the one initiating physical touch enough. And maybe you're not flirting enough. You're not setting a sexual vibe in the right way.
Yeah.
So by the third date, if nothing has happened,
physical touch goes a long way, and like there's little subtle things that a man can do, like when you open the door, for the woman, place your hand on her hip and help like just guide her through the door. Or if you guys are having
that's also a way to tell if she's open to physical interaction with you. When you do that, if
do little things,
if she goes like,
yeah.
Maybe not. It's also a way to gauge where you are physically with her.
Yeah, like you guys are walking and it's like I don't know. It's like, let's say you're at an amusement park and you guys are waiting, and like one of your first dates is going to an amusement park or whatever, and you let her go in front of you and you place your hand on her back and whatever. It's like that. The little initiation of that physical touch puts that thought in her mind of, it's like this underlying subconscious psychological thing where it's like, is she okay with it or not? And it's like, that's the man initiating that physical touch. Or if you guys are having a conversation, you guys are sitting close to each other, and then it's like, there was something funny, and you like touch her arm in a loving way, and touch her arm like while you're laughing or something, like just those little cues.
And if she's there with you at the same level as you, she will reciprocate that.
Oh yeah, like if she puts her hand on like your leg, like you guys are sitting down, she puts her hand on your leg while she's telling you a story. That's how you kind of know that's like, okay, she's comfortable with me.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be something like all out. She's grabbing my leg, like if she touches your shoulder while she's laughing, something like that. Women don't touch you if they are not comfortable with you.
Correct. Great question, Randy. Thank you, Randy, for the $5 for all the super chats today. Forgotten Pepe for a $5. Fellas, how would you go about picking that engagement ring? You involve her or guess? Doesn't her taste in rings matter? Women are so difficult. I think you definitely do involve her, but you can show her pictures without like crop out the cost of it. Because I don't think it's any. Personally, I don't think it's any of their business to know how much the ring costs. Like we said earlier, if she loves you and you know that you guys are already planning for the future and asking in like asking real questions about kids' names and moving in together and stuff. But yeah, definitely involve her in like maybe asking, does she like a gold band? Does she like a silver band? You can ask her sister.
By the time you propose to a woman, you ought to know her taste for jewelry, right?
Right.
So I would be comfortable with trying to surprise her. Personally.
Margaret Riggle for another $2. How do you feel about women with children? I'll let you go first on that
one. For me, it's not today. Sorry.
It's a
case by case, of course. There might be exceptions. There might be that one girl that will show in my life, and she has a kid. And the benefit that it's obviously a con, but the pros might outweigh the cons, and that con specifically, there needs to be a lot of pros to overweight that con. But it might happen. I've never met one girl whose benefits, whose pros could overweight that con.
This is one angle to look at it. Women with children. There is one. Like you can, if the situation, let's say the woman is a widow. The woman's a widow. How long has she been a widow? Is she over the mourning process of mourning her deceased husband? Because going in too quick, like, it's tough. And it's not about a man being insecure about the woman mourning her man. It's just that it's the fact that you feel like you're always going to be competing for the level of love that you're always going to second guess. Did she love her previous husband more than she loves me?
Am I the silver medal?
Right. Am I second place here?
Yeah.
And you can't go in too soon because what, are you going to be the guy that's comforting her over her mourning and her sadness for her deceased husband, and then also try to rock this woman's world in bed? That's weird. Like, imagine hanging out and you guys are on a date. She has an episode where she gets really upset and is crying over her deceased husband, and how do you then proceed with having a good time on that date while you're trying to win this woman's love over? It's tough. So I do think it's easier with the widow. Now, if it's a single mother and they're divorced, or maybe they weren't even divorced, maybe she was just dating the guy and got knocked up and it was just a shitty situation, she got pregnant.
Even worse.
It is worse, and I'll tell you why. The greatest gift a woman can give a man is to bear his child. That is the single greatest gift a woman can give a man, is to bear his seed. And when you're with a woman who is not with the father of her child, she has already given the greatest gift that a woman can give to another man. Even if it was intentional or not, whether they planned it or if it was an accident. It's the same, like, that greatest gift had already been given to another man.
Yeah, you touch on multiple situations here that are very interesting. I treated it as a one case, but you sort of spread it in different shades of gray. So I guess the type of single woman that I will have the highest chance of dating with the widow situation. And then in second place, the divorced situation. And in very last place, the girl who just had a kid with some dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because now you have an extra responsibility that you didn't create.
Yeah, man.
And there's men that are much stronger than me.
Absolutely.
That are able to do that, and good for them. Good on them. And yes, fantastic stepdads. They're a lot better than me. They are a lot better than me.
Yeah.
But good question, Margaret. Thank you for the 2. The singing Tigs for a 10. Thanks for clarifying on the videos. I've learned a lot on how to sing from watching your videos and vocal coach reactions. Are you going to re-record songs for your Man of War album or all new stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to re-record some covers that I already recorded. One of them will be Battle Hymns. That's one of the greatest Manowar songs that ever was. I'm going to re-record that one to be on the album. There are some that I already recorded that are just obligatory to be there.
Let's see. Lied with a 2-month recommitment. Great job piloting High T. Beardo Dan should be the honorary sub. Great show. Well, we've talked about it. We've talked about it before, previously, actually, for a long time about me and Dan doing our own show. And it seems like you guys have really liked today's show. It's been a great fucking turnout. We still have over 400 people here.
Nice.
Dan, me and Dan. You're in?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Let's
me
go.
and Dan will be starting our own show, separate from High T. Mine and Dan's show.
We've been talking about that like for a couple years.
For forever.
Yeah.
Since early last year, we've been talking about starting our own show. And we are aiming for Wednesdays. Wednesdays probably at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesdays. Maybe starting next Wednesday. Next Wednesday might be the first episode of our podcast together. So shout out. Everything has, all the stars have aligned and we're both ready to go and ready to do this. So good chance that next Wednesday will be the first show.
Talking about stuff like that.
Talking about stuff like
women,
this today.
Bro shit.
Think about it. Think of it as maybe like a High T 2.0, but it won't be called High T. It won't be called High T 2.0, but it'll be very similar. So next week Wednesday.
We can do crossovers sometimes. I go on High T. We get Jay on our show too.
Absolutely. We'll have guests on. We'll do the damn thing. Greg the Goblin for $10. Bad dating advice from you two is somehow far less gay than listening to Jeremy getting excited over oiled up guys wrestling. I think our dating advice is pretty good.
It's pretty solid, man.
Coming from two single men.
Yeah,
two single men.
We cannot give a lot of marriage advice, but dude, dating advice, we're doing pretty good. I would say.
I think so. I think we're doing a halfway decent job. Let us know, chat. Let us know. Are we doing good in our dating advice? I think we're doing pretty damn good.
Lady Irene says,
this is coming from our perspective. I'm not saying we're not experts. We're just giving our 2 cents. This is our 2 cents about it. And me and Dan have agreed on mostly everything about it too.
Yeah.
Kate Kellen for a $2.99. Just wanted to say good morning from Australia. Hey, good morning, mate.
Good morning.
Good morning from down under.
Mate.
Dave Poole for a 3-month recommitment. I got told off for paying $300 for a ring. I proposed Deadpool style with the pop ring and then revealed the real one. She found the receipt almost 6 years. 6 years. You guys have been married? You got told off for $300, but you guys are still married? Well, at least you guys are still together. You guys are still together.
Dave Poole.
The Forgotten Pepe for another $5. Dan sounds like he's friend zoning you, Beardo.
I hope so.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Friend? I mean, yeah. Hopefully. Holy shit. Maybe we should call it
Bro Zone.
Bros 2 cents. Bro Zone. I don't know. I was thinking
that could be memed in pretty awful ways.
Yeah.
Bro Zone.
Well, wasn't that the gay movie called Bros?
Yeah.
That was the gay the gay
that
movie.
Ruined
wasn't it called
that
Bros?
word. Yeah, Bros.
Yeah. No thanks. We'll have to come up with something different. Something different. All right, but we are well over the 2-hour mark, sitting at 2 hours and 20 minutes. We are all caught up on super chats. Thank you guys for joining and having a good time today with Dan Vasc and FearTheBeardo on the special edition of High Tea over on the FearTheBeardo YouTube channel. Dan Vasc, what the hell do you got going on, man? What are you doing?
Nothing much, man. Being back on streaming a little bit more now that I have a cool new setup with a CRT and real console plugged to my upscaler right here. So that's on Super Vasc 3D, and then there's my regular stuff over on Dan Vasc. Watch my shit.
Watch his shit. And I'll be playing some Helldivers tonight. I know I promised playing Helldivers last night, but I actually spent time working on this stream, getting everything squared away for this stream. So, but tonight I will be playing more Helldivers.
Can you hear the huge truck outside?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
yes,
sorry
I can.
about that.
Vice for a $5 says, I use Brask.
Brask.
I use Brask.
Instead of bro? Oh.
I've heard of Broski.
Broski.
Broski or Brasky. What's up, Brasky? Or Bra. What's up, Bra?
Yeah, the word bros ruined it.
Yeah,
they
the
ruined
word
it.
bro is kind of ruined. So tonight, Helldivers 2 on my YouTube channel and on my Kick. I'm not sure what time, maybe around 10 or 11 p.m. But anyways, guys, thank you for a great High Tea Thursday.
Thank you.
Over here. And we will send you off with, should we do Sydney Sweeney or Haley Atwell? Or Sofia Vergara? Which one?
We didn't do Sydney Sweeney yet.
We did all of them. We
Can't
did do
even
all of them.
speak. We did?
Yeah, we did.
We did Sydney?
Yeah, we did. Let's do Sofia Vergara.
Did you say something?